Not every story has purpose.
Not every story has the chance to change a person's life.
Not every story has the chance to impact communities.
Not every story changes the world.
But my story
will.
And my story does.
My story began here at the OU College of Law.
At the OU College of Law.
At the OU College of Law.
The guidance counselor looked at me and she said, "You're not smart enough to go to law school. The only thing that you might be able to do maybe is to go to a trade school."
In the 70s, people were acknowledging that women had the right to do something with their life where it just seemed like law was an opportunity for me. And 10 years earlier, I wouldn't have ever even been encouraged to do.
So those were the reasons why. When I walked into the law school, I got goose pimples.
I walked into that law school building, and it was an overwhelming experience. It took my breath away.
My story is entirely formed by OU Law. Everything in my legal life started at OU.
Those 3 years at law school prepared me for a career that I wouldn't trade for anything.
I got from my legal education the ability to think on my feet.
I had to learn to focus. Believe it or not, that served me well through my entire life.
Win, lose, or draw, I like the challenge. I learned that right here at OU.
OU Law ingrained a sense of public service in me.
That sense of community, I think, is the thing that I love so much. That real human experience. I think that's what makes OU Law School really special.
If you find the right people to surround you, you can make it. And when I got to OU Law, everyone was in it to help me. If I win, they win. That was their thought process.
I made some of my best friends here at the law school, and I have so many of my classmates I stay in touch with.
Every important contact that I've made in the law pretty much came from my time at this law school.
Here's what OU did for me. All of my friends from law school came to my rescue and immediately helped me with my campaign.
Those relationships helped me in my political career, and they continue to assist me today.
OU Law takes an interest in what I'm doing, even that it's untraditional. They care about everyone's individual dreams, different paths. Never once was I pushed to a certain path.
OU Law School really affords you the opportunity to do anything you want in life. You're empowered to do things for your clients. You could help people, you could get things done that other people couldn't do. That's a really wonderful thing to be able to experience.
I served 20 years as a district judge and then 13 years on the Supreme Court. It's a good life, but it all started here.
I work at the third largest international law firm in the world, and I work at a top 10 sports agency.
Being able to combine my love of the law with my passion to serve my tribe was a dream come true, and this is where that story began.
I've gotten to collect a couple of records, the largest verdict in the state of Oklahoma.
When I was 30 years old, and I'm the state solicitor general in charge of the appeals for the state.
I got the appointment to the Oklahoma Supreme Court.
I was the Republican leader of the state Senate when there were no Republicans, and then ran for governor. He got elected, served 2 terms.
And I was appointed to the Court of Civil Appeals. There had never been any African Americans and minorities at all on the appellate system.
I decided to run for governor myself at a time when no one gave me a chance of winning, but I did it. There was not a day that went by while I was governor. There's not a day that goes by today that I don't use the skills and the tools that OU Law equipped me with.
What helped me in life, like when I was governor, I always said, well, what are the facts? And law school teaches you to search for the facts. I learned that with an exclamation mark as a result of my law school education here at OU.
You have the opportunity to make other people's lives better. And this institution puts you in a position that you can do that.
If you know the law, you can help a lot of people, and you can do a lot of things for your community, your city, your state.
This is honorable. There is a certain honor about taking that oath.
This country was built on the rule of law. It is what gives us our freedom.
The power of an OU law degree is unlimited because you see how the individual student that becomes an OU lawyer, how their life is impacted. And you also see how they impact so many more. As we see our students leading law firms, leading business, education, government, leading across the nation, across the globe as OU lawyers.
Not every story has purpose.
Not every story has the chance to change a person's life.
Not every story has a chance to impact communities.
Not every story changes the world.
But my story.
My story
will.
And my story does.
My story.
My story does.
My story began here.
Here at the OU College of Law.
At the OU College of Law.
My story was shaped by grit.
It was formed by the rigors of the classroom.
My perceptions were questioned
and challenged.
I was empowered to take my knowledge
and my skill
and my expertise into the world.
And write
a story of change.
My story
began
at OU Law.
At OU Law. From here, I fought injustice.
I served the greater good.
Protected the innocent.
Became a guardian of justice.
Became a voice for the voiceless.
Became a leader of leaders.
Built a spirit of community.
Shaped policy.
Governed boldly.
Advised and counseled.
Fought for my clients.
Shed light on the truth.
Because my story began at OU Law.
Because my story began at OU Law.
Because my story began at OU Law.
This is why I came here.
To be part of this legacy.
To carry on this tradition.
When my story is fully written, I will look back on my time here.
And I will say,
my story.
My story.
My story began at OU Law.